Parapausal Campfire Story.
All right. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Parapausal Campfire Stories, where today we're just going to talk about a little bit of everything. Christy said she's got some updates on what's been going on in her home after our alien talk, I think is what the last thing that we were talking about. We were talking about your fairy. So, yeah, that's where we left off with you talking about your fairy and then talking about some of the weird things happenings in your house. So we're going to start with Christy and then we'll move to Johnny. And if anybody, just to do a quick introduction again, I'm Staci. I'm the host. Down here in the corner is Janet. Wave hi. All right, that's my co-host, and then we have Lori over here and Christy over here. You okay?
Yep, I'm good.
Oh, okay, and then Johnny down here in the corner. All right, and he is off on a family visit, but he was good enough to be able to join us. So we're super happy. That's why they're not sitting together today. So, Christy, why don't we start with you, and then we'll work our way kind of down and around.
Okay. So, the latest occurrences, the latest updates, whatever, started on the 18th.
Okay.
Around 3 o'clock in the morning during the blood moon. Which I find very interesting because I didn't think about the date when I was telling you about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then whenever I went to share that part to the group, I was like, that was on the 18th. That was the blood moon.
Cool.
So anyway, I was happily sleeping in my bed, laying on my side, and I got woke up by like a pressure on my shoulder. And then I felt like a Persian or a Himalayan, the really super fuzzy furred cats.
Mm-hmm.
I felt its tail and like the side of its body go down my back. Like it was rubbing itself on me.
Cool.
And whenever I went to move, then the pressure on my shoulder was like, no, stay there. That's where you're supposed to be. And I was like, okay. And I went back to sleep. And I was having this dream, like, and I couldn't like turn over to see because all of this was going on behind me. I couldn't turn over to see like what it was. Like in my mind, I had an image of what it was, or type of thing. And but in my dream, I was like energy going through space, seeing other energies, talking with them, or communicating with them without. It was like telepathically. Okay, and I was like, all right, and I can't remember what we talked about, but the or communicated about, but the general gist was things are going to change rapidly, but it's all going to be okay. I was like, okay. And then on, I don't know, it was 2 or 3 days later. Same thing happened. And, but this time I'm seeing like floods and, not like big, huge floods, but there's still like floods going on in several different places at once that are totally uncommon. And they're like, but it's going to be okay. And again, I felt the pressure on my shoulder, like on the back of my shoulder, and this cat going down my back. And they're like,
Okay.
but it's gonna, yeah. And every time it's like, but it's gonna be okay. Everything is okay. Okay. And then starting maybe a week ago, and this is the strangest thing for me, is that, so remember whenever I first had my Sprite and I said that it, like I saw it down by the bottom of my door, of my bedroom door. So up at about handle level of my bedroom door, I am now starting to see, it's kind of like, you know how you take the Easter grass, like the iridescent plastic kind, a ball of that. Just right there. And it'll happen just at random times. Sometimes it's during the day, sometimes it's during the night. I don't get any kind of like feeling or energy from it. I just see it.
Okay.
And what I'm thinking that I have a portal that I am sometimes seeing. That is these energies coming and going.
That's what I get from that one.
Gonna say Janet's chomping at the bed. I could see her down
Oh,
there.
she certainly is. She certainly is. Okay, because this is all down my alley right here, right now.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Staci and I have talked about the human resonance and the changing of the spirituality on this earth right now, and that people are leveling up. Guess what, my love? You leveled up.
That's what I was thinking, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I've never had anything like this go, and now my
Yeah.
Sprite's gone. I haven't seen her in days,
Maybe you don't need her.
and that's what I was thinking.
Okay, and here's what I can I'm not going to give you an absolute. I really don't like absolutes, but I do know what I'm talking about a bit. Just a little bit. I was so excited when you started talking. I was like, oh my God, I'm so jelly right now.
Whenever you said your nose was running, I was like, I 100% know why.
Oh, okay, because of your third eye.
Yeah.
Third eye is open. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is that you were astral traveling and you traveled to the other side and you were getting the information from there. And they're like, yeah, it's going to be okay. And this is exactly what my gut. I am so sorry. I'm so excited about this right now. So yeah, this is way cool. Way cool. Oh, girlfriend. Oh, girlfriend. You are
Like,
so lucky. That's so awesome.
There are so many things in the next 6 months, like huge things, and everybody's gonna think this is the end, this is Armageddon, but it's not.
It's the shaking up of and the
Yeah.
changing of the energy.
Yeah. But like, and I keep getting the 6 month thing. I don't know.
Well,
Maybe
you're getting information that I have not gotten so much clarity. Oh my goddess, this is it. This is like my podcast right now. Sorry, guys, but oh man, yeah. The energies are changing. And here's the messed up thing, and it's not messed up, but it is. So we're all going through some extraordinary stuff right now. And it's not to create chaos in our lives, but help us to move forward as our spiritual self. It's I hate to say it, it's like challenging us to be better.
Yeah.
to be able to understand what our true paths are. Okay, Janet's gonna get off of her soapbox now because, oh man, this is totally a right. I mean, this is my yayas right here. This is the stuff that excites me more than anything else. Well,
And see, when it happened, I wanted to reach out to you, and I was like, but no, because she's so busy with her cleaning up stuff and her festival stuff, and
don't do
I
that.
didn't want to bother you.
Oh, goddess. Do you see this right now?
Does she look bothered?
I'll be happy if this
Right,
podcast
exactly.
is done right at this very second. I'm like, this is a full podcast right here for me. This is the end all be all in my I mean, I'm more than excited to discuss any of this. The universe gives me all of the energy I need to discuss this stuff.
Okay,
So-
I will keep that in mind from now on. When new
Okay, I
things
could
happen.
be at the lowest rung. Johnny can affirm this. I could be, I mean, just like drugged out and like after our event, 2 days of sleep, and then yesterday it was the same thing. Last night it was the same thing. We could start talking this stuff, and do you see how much I'm vibrating right now? I'm like, "Oh."
Worked up.
Okay, so this could go on forever, Christy. So it's gonna have to be you and I are gonna have to have a conversation. Not tonight, but maybe tomorrow. Oh, I have a client tomorrow.
You have a client tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe Sunday.
Whenever I have nothing going on in my life other
Okay.
than like appointments wise and stuff like that. So
Okay,
But
I don't
was
want to
that
take up
the-
all of our podcast on this stuff because, yeah, we could go on for weeks, months,
Yeah.
years.
it's and what I'm seeing, it's like it's energy, but it's kind of like a teardrop shape energy when I'm out in the cosmos.
Okay.
We're like teardrops, sort of.
And some people do describe it that way.
Yeah.
Or they even describe it as a ball of energy, just a ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
And if you were to look at NDEs, near-death experiences for people that don't know what that means, a lot of them do say similar things. And I'm just going, oh my goodness, girlfriend, you
Oh.
just...
We had discussed that there, we had, when we were talking about the aliens, that not all aliens are good, or, well, not necessarily good, but not all of them have a higher intention. Some of them not so great.
Mhm.
And when I'm traveling at first I thought they were dreams, but
You're astraling.
I realized, yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
these are not dreams. These are either I am physically traveling, or I'm having
Yeah.
visions of what's to come.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the two things. I couldn't figure out which one it was, but it was like too realistic, and I could remember too much detail
Uh-huh.
for it to be a dream.
Yep.
And even while I'm doing that, I could sense there were some, leave them alone. Just blow
Mhm.
on past,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah, there's a whole lot going on there too. So I'll keep my mouth shut about that for a while, because this can be a
Until
whole
I get to it.
podcast. Just alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Like
my goodness.
it's I can't wait for it. We are all going to experience it.
Hmm.
And I can't wait for you guys
Mhm.
to experience this.
yeah, there's. Mm-hmm.
Lori, what are your thoughts?
She's thinking I have some good mushrooms.
No, I can't.
No, I've actually traveled before, but I've been thinking about this just from the blood moon and all the planets being aligned all crazy and this and that, and that's probably why I've just been kind of in a really dark place this week.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm in a
sorry.
funk. No, it's good. It's good. I'll get out of it. But
Just in a
yeah,
funk,
it's
huh?
just a funk, yeah.
Mm.
But yeah,
Well,
I'm with Christy. There's something a coming.
Yeah.
Don't know what.
And you and I could talk too, because there's some things that just
Yeah.
offering at this point, because this is actually down my alley.
Yeah.
And my soul sister over here and I have had some in-depth conversations about it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's all happening
feel-
right now.
I can feel the change. I can
Yeah.
feel the shift. Just
Yep.
not
Yep.
in myself, but in the way I perceive other people. I guess how they act and so yeah.
Yeah, but the fact that the fact alone that you can see that tells me that yes, you are on that. You're on this train too, honey.
Yep.
But not everybody else is going to be able to say that.
Right. And yeah.
Choo-choo. Let's go.
That's why I like you as my peeps, because I don't. Other people be like, you need some mental help, because I'm like, no, I don't. I really don't. You just gotta understand.
I swear.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and here's the thing: is that this could be something. I'm just going to throw this out here because I am going to have this other podcast going, and this is definitely something that would be another way of doing this one where we can all talk about this and not take up the campfire stories with the higher vibration stuff.
And that's why I said in the group, I was like, I didn't want to take up the podcast with it.
Oh,
I
please
need
don't
to
do
tell
that.
you guys.
Don't do that, because this is exciting stuff. And honest to God,
Yes,
this world right now, we all need this. There's a good reason why it's happening right now. So thank you. You gonna make me cry?
Well,
Aw.
a good cry. though.
No, good cry, happy cry. I do this to everybody else. It's doing
You
it
just
to
made her
me.
day,
I'm like,
Christy.
oh my goodness. So is this what it's like to meet me?
Was there anything else, honey, that you wanted to tell us about?
Me? Not really. I mean, I don't know. Everything's been kind of calm, I guess.
Yeah,
Well,
Took the
calm is
grandbabies
good.
to the zoo.
it is. It is. Yeah. I'd rather have it calm. Christy,
yeah.
was there any other weird stuff going on?
Just that I do. I understand why my sprite came in when it did,
Mm-hmm.
because I think it was opening my. It was helping to open me up
Mm-hmm.
to what's going on now. But
Yeah.
I wish she hadn't left.
Well, she may not
Yeah.
have completely. She may not have completely.
This is true.
Mhm.
Maybe she's in working on my son, and that's why she's not in here. That could be too.
you just got your little hey, looky here, got you focused on it, and now everything else is shifting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
Yeah. So, but that's all for me.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing. Appreciate it.
It was super freaky the first time that I saw like a one-dimensional ball of iridescent Easter grass in front of my door. That was kind of freaky.
That's a cool description too.
I like that,
must
though.
be
Yeah.
Really cool. Really
Yeah.
cool to look at.
That's neat.
You guys, when you see it, you're gonna cry. That's all I'm gonna say.
Aw.
I'm crying already.
Is it getting dusty?
Yes. There's
Keep it in my
everywhere.
eye. All
There's
right,
dust
Johnny.
and
Well,
somebody blue pepper.
oh yeah, exactly. Johnny, did you want to tell us about what's been going on in your neighborhood, or you with
And
you?
no
Your-
names.
No
Just no
names.
names. Yeah, no
Okay.
names.
Thank you.
Yeah. So got some pretty intense energy and activity that's been taking place. Friend of mine, his wife just recently unexpectedly passed.
Oh, sorry.
So yeah, and but he has had some rather intense visitation coming from her. Uh, so he had a friend over, assisting with moving some stuff around in the garage, and he saw a presence behind over in the kitchen, and he's like, "Hey, is that you?" No, no, he was still out in the garage. So nobody else was in the house, just the two of them. He in the living room, and his friend was in the garage. So that was one of the first examples that he had. Coming through, he'd also hear knocking. Um, I went to the funeral, and at the funeral itself, a lifelong friend of hers was stepping up to deliver the eulogy. And as he started introducing things, and talking about her and the relationship, mentioned her name, and they had this beautiful video or montage of all these different photos from taken from her past, and up on the screen, the image that pops up was very emblematic of who she was when you knew her, what her personality was. It was her sitting there flipping off the camera.
Oh,
Okay, and so at first a couple of us noticed it, and you start hearing this little bit of a chuckle, and then more people are starting to notice it, and they start laughing, and next thing you know, the whole audience, everybody in there, just starts laughing. It's like, okay, yep,
Oh,
she's here with us.
yeah.
She's here with us. I kid you not. The energy, everybody calms back down, starts paying attention, and the bouquet of flowers that were sitting on top of her casket slid off onto the floor.
Oh, whoa.
They had been up there and sitting as they were for over 20 minutes.
Right, exactly.
And they just slid right off. And so, my friend, he's all, okay, that's one for her. So taking it, really, really lighthearted, knowing that her presence has been known. So he's sharing this, and he's like, "Am I going crazy?" It's like, no, you're being given a gift. Janet and I have been telling him, not everybody experiences this type of interaction after somebody passes. I mean, this intensity. She's a very, very strong energy. That's
Wow.
what Janet's telling. Yeah, to come through as clearly as she has been.
Yeah.
Now he
She
just
called
called me.
remember, she called him.
Oh, that's right. She did. She called the day after.
Yeah.
The day after, he got a phone call. His caller ID showing it, wifey, at 8:34 in the morning, the day after she had passed.
Oh, I got chills.
Yeah.
She found me the day of her passing.
Before anybody even knew.
Yeah. hmm
Before he even knew.
Yeah. And he's had consistent, just one thing after the other, after the other, after the other.
So he's
Oh.
telling Janet and I about all of these different visitations and the activity, and so Janet's saying, "Say hi, talk to her."
Yeah.
Well, so he calls me yesterday, and he's all middle of the night, 4:30 in the morning, dead asleep, not a light in the house is on. Dog comes running in, jumping up onto the bed, barking his head off, turns around towards the door, waking him up. He wakes up and he looks, and out there in the hall, he sees, about 5.5 feet up in the air, like a glowing mist. It's emanating this light in the hallway, illuminating the room, illuminating the hallway. And so he says hello, says her name. I miss you, and I love you. The apparition stays there for about 15 seconds and then faded away.
Oh my God. This made me cry.
Yeah.
That is so sweet. Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's amazing.
Don't
Why
apologize.
are
I
you
mean,
sorry? Come
Yeah.
on. This
he's,
is like
he's
real time. Real
this
time.
is huge. Yeah.
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 This
But
is
Johnny,
less
why
than
is it so huge?
Because you don't hear that many people experiencing this. It's not
this fast.
that common
Right.
for something to come through this much, this strong. This is unusual. This is not the norm. Normally you might only see, whisperings or maybe a hint of is that my mind playing tricks on me or something like that. Not anything, this concrete where you're going, yeah, something's definitely taking place here.
Mm-hmm. That's so awesome for him that she's still around to mess with him, or just, I'm still here.
Yep. And looking after him and
Yep.
making sure that he does it
Well,
right.
I think she knows it. How long were they together? Do you know?
4 years. 4 years together, 2 of that married.
Oh, wow.
They were
That's
still
a
kind of
strong
nice.
connection for just
Yeah,
a few
for being
years.
so new.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they were strong. They were strong together.
My gosh.
Mhm.
That's amazing. It really is.
Yeah.
He's very lucky.
Yes.
But-
Mhm.
She knew him well enough to know that he probably isn't gonna, he was probably thinking about coming straight after her. And she's there to be like, hey, stick around. I'm here with you. Everything's going to be fine. It's not your time yet. Just keep on trucking.
Yep.
Mhm.
Thank goodness.
hmm
That is such a beautiful story.
That is.
Gosh. That. Ah.
Mm.
Okay. Anywho, Miss Janet, thank you so much for sharing that.
Absolutely.
That's beautiful. Miss Janet, did you have anything that you could think of that you wanted to talk about straight?
I did, but I don't want to darken this right now because it's too beautiful.
Okay.
I guess what I'll do. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, sure. It's quick and it's easy.
Okay.
My first experience with being who I am. My grandfather was passing away. He had been having strokes, and they were really massive, bad strokes. And we had to go in. We went into the hospital to see him, and they were giving him ice baths and the whole 9 yards. It was pretty intense. And I was 5, 6 years old, something like that. So I really didn't understand completely what was going on. And my grandfather thought that I was my mom as a child. And I don't remember what he called his little blondie. Yeah, and he started calling me that, and he never called me that. That was not my name from him. And so he passed, and the twins were not the twins, i.e. me and my twin brother, were too young to go to the funeral, and so we really didn't get that experience. And my grandfather, the sun rose and set in my grandfather. I loved my grandfather. And so I'd say probably 2 or 3 days after his passing, I was in bed, kind of half asleep, half awake. It was early morning, and I was laying down on my back, and I was gently raised up into a sitting position. And my eyes went straight to the foot of the bed, And there stood my grandfather in beautiful white light, and he just said, "Bye bye, baby,"
Oh,
and disappeared.
Oh my god! This is supposed to be scary stories, not cry stories. I go through menopause. This is not good.
Baby. Well, you said you had a story. You could do whatever you want, my love.
Good.
They're
Oh my
campfire
gosh.
stories. These are worth telling around a campfire.
It is. It is. These are sweet, wonderful, beautiful stories. I love that. My gosh. All righty. Lori, it's your turn.
oh, no. Haven't been scary, really.
Well, just, is there anything you have to talk about? If not, we can, because I don't really have anything aside from that if we're going to be doing SCP stories afterwards. So we'll make this a quick one. Lori, you look tired, and, Johnny wants to get back to family and eat that cheesecake.
I don't. I mean,
Those are for later.
if we want to stay on the same line as the beautiful Janet and her lovely assistant Johnny, my grandma, she passed away when I was 7. No, yes, I was 7. She passed away, and it wasn't till years later. I mean, Kennedy was just a baby, and I was driving home from work one day, and I worked in Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh, Kansas, but I lived in Fort Scott, Kansas. So that's like 35-40 minute drive. And it was dark, and I was tired. Baby was fussing, and next thing I know, I hear my grandma say, "Lori Lou, get over." I was in the wrong lane.
Oh,
Oh.
shoot.
Yeah, and so and just as I did, here came a car. So
Wow.
grandma would do little things like that, but it was so weird because, I mean, I talk about her all the time. She raised me till I was 7. That was my grandma.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't had anything from her in a while. Now my grandpa, my dad's side, when he passed away, Kennedy and Christian were little. They were school age. A couple days after he passed, he woke me up. He wasn't a light. It was him sitting on my bed, saying, I'm good. You did what you needed to do for me. Now just move on. And then I was like, "Okay, Grandpa, I love you," and I went back to sleep. And then a little bit later, when I woke up, I went to get something out of my purse, and there was a letter in there from him.
What?
Wow.
There was a letter telling me what a good granddaughter I had been, and he was sorry that he had missed the 4th of July gathering that I had at my house because he wasn't feeling good, but not to be mad at him about it.
Oh.
I still have it. I keep it in my billfold. And he passed away in 2009.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but
Wow.
that's
Dadgummit.
Wow.
yeah. Because
Sorry.
he was my step grandpa. Well, he was my grandpa.
Yeah.
But my grandma, his wife, she was an evil little Italian lady.
Oh, God.
even though my stepdad, who had raised me since I was 15 months old, adopted me, I
Yeah.
was never a grandchild to her. I was a step grandchild. I didn't mean anything. And let me tell you what, whenever Grandpa would hear her say something like that, whoa, World War III.
I bet. Oh, my gosh. You don't say shit like that.
Yeah, no.
Wow.
I mean, it didn't matter if you was an orphan just there for a few months. You were a grandbaby.
Oh.
And you got treated just the same as everybody else. If you got in trouble, you got the same punishment as so-and-so would have if they done the same thing.
There you go.
So, but yep, that's about all I got. I've been racking my brain all week trying to think of something to talk about. And then I get
No,
smoke and I'm like, oh, I don't.
Yeah,
I gotta
no,
see if
that's
I can capture this. I got a candle right here
okay.
Mhm.
that has been jumping like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Oh
see it.
wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
Okay.
as
there it
we're
goes.
talking.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. And now that we're paying attention to it, it's doing it a lot. Oh, now it's
Yep.
not doing it at all.
Oh, now watch him,
Uh-huh.
Spike. There
Oh,
goes.
there it
Wow.
See,
goes.
it's slow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Got somebody
Oh,
there
good.
with you trying to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you have
Well,
to
they've got a lot.
say?
Yeah.
You have a lot. Yeah.
Is it?
Interesting. Cool.
That
Uh-huh.
is cool.
Well, you got to ask
Okay.
questions when you get off, and like see
Right?
if you can figure out who it is or whatever. So,
Absolutely.
oh my gosh, I love you guys. And no, that was beautiful. That stayed right along the lines of people that we've lost in our lives. So.
Well,
What about you, my love?
yes.
About me, I don't know. Did I can't remember if I told it about my grandma Roseberry. Did I tell you guys about my grandma Roseberry
I don't think
And the
so.
flowers.
and the flowers? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you
Okay.
told us about, oh, you did? I say, I remember you talking about Mama, but
Oh, this one
It
is about
was.
the first psychic ability. My very first when my mom knew that I was psychic.
I
And
think you talked about it on your episode. The one like the
Right,
first
with
couple were
me.
you and
You were
Janet.
we were interviewing, but it's still along the lines, and it's good
Mhm.
to.
okay, all right.
Yeah,
Well,
for
for
those that
anybody that didn't watch, I couldn't remember if I told you guys on the interview or if I had talked about it on here or whatever. But so if we're going to stick around the same lines, and for those of you that didn't watch my interview, because Christy obviously did.
I watch every video.
sorry,
Oh, I know. I love you for that. She's our biggest fan. But okay, so sticking along the lines, the very first time that at least my mom, and that I remember of me actually being psychic I was probably around Lori's age, 6, 7 years old, somewhere around there. We just moved to, okay, we went back to California every year. We were in Missouri. My mom, my sister, and I went back to California every year because that's where all her family was, and that's where my dad's family was as well. So my grandma Roseberry was, and her and I weren't even that close, which is the weird thing. I guess maybe we were closer than we thought. She was very stern and very one of those like school marm type people
Mhm.
that was just we couldn't move from a certain spot in the living room, don't dirty anything, don't touch anything. She had a grandfather clock that had a drawer in it that had a bunch of little old fashioned princess Disney princess dolls that they had gotten from Disney, and those, from what I remember, was the only thing that we were allowed to play with in her house, like ever. And we had to be super careful with them because we didn't want to make her mad. She was just stern face all the time and, yep, see you guys later. But she raised like almost 11 boys.
Oh,
She
I'd
was-
probably be stern too.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Oh,
she was a
yeah.
farm mom, and back then, because yeah, she was my grandma. I was thinking maybe she was my great grandma, but you raised farm boys, and so you had to be really strict and really keep everybody focused. And of course, you always had like tons of freaking kids to run the farm and take care of everything. Well, I don't even remember what time of year it was. My mom was downstairs. We had an upstairs that, and I was sitting on my bed and I was playing. And for some reason, I came downstairs. My mom was doing dishes in the kitchen. My dad was sitting at the dining room table, which would have been my dad's side of the family. But I remember looking up at my mom and tugging on her and said, "Ma," and it's like, "Can we get Grandma Roseberry some flowers?" And she's like, well, sweetheart, we can't afford it right now. I'm sorry. It's just, but that's so sweet of you for, wanting to do that. And I was like, okay. And I went back upstairs and was playing on my bed and doing whatever. And I hear the phone ring downstairs. And I hear my dad picks up the phone because it was a little bit later. And this was during the time where you didn't really call past 8 o'clock unless it was emergency. So a little bit later in the night, and I hear my mom. I can't remember if I thought she had come, no, she did come back upstairs. So after they got done, she comes upstairs and she sits on my bed and she says, sweetheart, my sister's room was over on the other side, but I was the first person that she came to for some reason. It was probably because I had asked to do that. And she said, your grandma Roseberry passed away. That's what the phone call was about. And I said, oh, it's okay. We can still get our flowers. I knew she was gonna pass away, and somehow where in my little kid brain I thought that's what we needed to do. But it was really weird. My mom was just like, I remember telling that story, and she was like, oh yeah, I remember that. That was so freaky. She's like, so anyway, so that was my little kid parent story, and yeah.
That's so cool, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everybody. Well, we will call it a night. Now that you've made me cry, thanks a lot, guys. Next week, we will actually do SCPs, whether they like it or not.
Yes, I will make a memo to try and listen to one. Can't guarantee it, but
well, listen one, read one. I've sent them the list. I've gave them the homework, so we'll see how it works out. If not, mine's kind of a long story, so we'll go from there. And we will talk to you all soon. Thank you all for coming, and have a blessed day.
love you all.
Love you all.
All right.
Like, comment, and subscribe.